Aloha! It's Jessica Oyanagi, the founder and owner of Bloom, and I'm here today to share with you a video giving you my top 3 tips for financing your business. Whether you're just starting out or you'd like to grow your business, I have some ideas, thoughts, and concepts for you surrounding ways to get some money right into your business. If you've never watched one of my videos before, I love to come here on YouTube and share with you my thoughts, my feelings, and my tips about being a woman entrepreneur. So if you find value in this video, I would love it if you'd hit like and that subscribe button. So a lot of times when women entrepreneurs are just starting out or in the very early stages of growing their business, money, right, cash flow can really be difficult for us, okay? With all 3 of the businesses that I own, I had to invest my own money and also use credit cards, right, to fund their startups. And looking back, it would have been great, you know, if I would have had a rich auntie that I could have asked for to loan me some money, or maybe if I had gone through like a formal business loan process. In the long run, it might have been a little bit better financially speaking. However, I was just looking to get these businesses up and running as quickly as possible. And before I get into my 3 tips, I really want to encourage you to do the same, right? One of the biggest things that prohibits women from starting a business or growing it is money, is cash flow, okay? And the longer we wait, the longer it takes for your dreams to come, into reality, for you to begin serving the people that need you the most, and also for you to begin realizing the financial success that you could be if you would just get that money you need and get going, right? So I want to encourage you to, no matter what route you go for financing or funding, when you first start or you're growing your business, to just take the path of least resistance, right? Don't beat yourself up if you have to open a credit card, if you have to ask for a loan, right? It's totally normal and part of the process for most entrepreneurs, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you to start out. And tip number 1 that I have for you is kind of related, which is this. Before you even seek out financing, I really want you to take a look at your mindset when it comes to spending money and investing. The key word is investing in your business, okay? A lot of us who are new to business have an old school mentality that spending money means expense, right? Whenever you're spending money on your business, it's an expense, right? And there are truly things that are expenses, maybe recurring things you absolutely have to pay for in order to keep your doors open and your business up and running. But this is not, your personal budget. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what you're thinking about. It's a totally different mindset when you're a business owner to be thinking about spending money in a way that is actually helping you invest in your business, okay? And this is where a lot of, especially women entrepreneurs, can get tripped up, and myself included, right? Fear is a huge factor when you're just starting out, and spending more money, the thought of spending money maybe you don't have, or you're cutting it really close, right, can be really terrifying, quite frankly. However, I would like you to reframe your mindset and think of spending money on your business, especially in the early stages, as an investment, okay? It's an investment in yourself, in your dreams, and helping your clients or customers, okay? It's an investment in your future, quite frankly, in your liberation, right? To be able to be an entrepreneur and design a life that you love, okay? And investing is very different than an expense. When you invest in something, whether that's new equipment for your business, whether it's coaching and training or education so you know what the heck you're doing, right? Investments are going to come back to you, right? You're going to see a return, hopefully, what we call an ROI, a return on investment. You're going to invest this money and you're going to see money coming back to you, back to your business, right? From this investment. And if you can look, and this is like such a simple thing, but a huge hurdle, right? If you can look at these expenditures, I'll call them, as an investment for what they see them for what they truly are. Instead of being afraid and thinking, oh, it's just an expense and money I'm going to be losing, you're going to be way, way ahead of the game, ahead of most entrepreneurs, okay? And if you need help with mindset, in my Bloom Business community, we coach on this every single week, okay? This is like just a huge key factor for success as an entrepreneur, is overcoming mindset blocks, right? Old programming and ways of thinking that are gonna stop you from growing, okay? It's super important. So if you can, tip number one I have for you, excuse me, is to wrap your mind around the fact that you are investing in your business growth and you're not just expending money as an expense. Okay, now that we've talked a little bit about kind of level setting, right, your mind before you even spend a dime or look for a dime to spend, I want to share with you tip number 2, okay? And tip number 2 is this. I'd like you to think, before you think about getting a credit card, a business loan, or applying for a grant, or borrowing money from that rich auntie, I want you to think about actually fundraising or crowdsourcing for your business, okay? And this may not really be appropriate for all business types, but it can work very well, right? If you have people in your community and in your life that believe in you to actually have a fundraiser, right? To raise funds to either start or grow your business, okay? And there are multiple websites out there that get your pens and your notepads out. I'm gonna mention to you that you can use to run a campaign to raise funds for your business venture. So the top 3 that I'll recommend are Kickstarter, Indiegogo, that's INDIEGOGO, or iFundWomen, okay? And these online platforms can allow you to have a fundraiser for your business that anyone can contribute to, okay? Anyone who believes in your vision and what you're doing can go in and contribute. And what I'm gonna recommend is, depending upon your business type, if there's something you can do to give the people who are donating something in return, that's gonna go a long way, right? For example, I had a coaching client, she owns a sweet treat business. I don't know how else to explain it, but she sells cakes and treats. She does like farmers markets and fairs. I live on Maui, around the island, right? She sells her goods. And she would really like to expand, to sell those goods into like coffee shops or grocery stores, or possibly even wholesale, okay? And so she was looking for ways that she can raise more money to do this. So the cool thing is, she already has a following. She has people who love her products, right? And so I suggested to her that she go ahead and start one of these crowdsourcing campaigns. So she can go ahead and she can make boxes of her delicious sweet treats, and people will pay for them, right? You're just going to charge more, of course, than you normally would, but people buy your products knowing that their money is going towards a good cause, going towards helping you maybe to open your brick and mortar or expand your business somehow, right? And if people love you and they love your products or services and you're giving something to them in exchange, that's a great way to raise funds for your business, okay? Maybe you don't sell products, maybe you offer a service, right? And it could be for a period of time you're doing, you know, if you're a coach like me, maybe you're doing one-on-one coaching, a special day with someone, right? And it would just be known that, okay, it's gonna be more expensive, but the funds are gonna help me to XYZ, you know, whatever it is that you do and you offer, if there's a way for you to raise the funds yourself through the service or product that you provide, that is a really great way to go ahead and fund your own dreams, right? Without having to go to a bank or that rich auntie, you can go ahead and do that on your own. And in that same vein, I would say that if there are any types of trades you can do or favors you can call in when you're first starting a business, you know someone who designs websites for a living, or could somehow benefit you starting your business, maybe you could trade your services or products with them for their help, okay? So these are like free, cheap, or inexpensive ways to go ahead and get more funds or more services, more help in starting or growing your business. Okay, and then tip number 3, or final tip that I have for you for funding your business, getting more cash flow and money into starting and growing your business, is to go a little bit more traditional route right? And actually get those funds from an external source, okay? This could be a private investor, someone that you know, family or friend member who would like to loan you the money. It's probably gonna be your best bet for a lower interest option or maybe no interest option. You could obviously go to a bank or online and apply for a business loan. You could get a lot of times you can't get business credit cards right off the bat unless you already are generating revenue through the business and you'd like to grow it. You can show that, right? Then perhaps they would approve you. I personally had to start all 3 of my businesses with personal credit cards. That was just, and personal funds, savings. That was just the way it was for me. So yeah, you can go to external sources like banks, your rich auntie, or you can also apply for a grant, okay? So I wanted to give you some recommendations for applying for grants. And there are grants out there that are specific to women entrepreneurs. Just know that most grants are actually available for nonprofits. So if you are a for-profit business, these grants are highly, highly competitive, okay? So my first tip for this, for applying for a grant, would be to go local, okay? See if there are local grants that are available in your community. So that way the competition is reduced greatly as opposed to applying for some larger grants that might be national or international. Go to like your local, Chamber of Commerce or perhaps local government economic development chapters and see if you can find out information about local grants. And then if you still just have the bug to apply for a larger type of a grant that would be more competitive, just be prepared that the process, and I've never applied for a grant myself, but I know that the process can be lengthy. They're very specific about the application process and making sure that you follow all the steps that you need to follow. So I would say this is more kind of like a long game or a longer term approach to getting funds or finances into your business. So be sure that you have some more short-term ideas in mind to begin with. I just really hate to see women waiting on starting their dreams and getting their businesses up and running or growing. So think of the grants as more of like a long game. But I do have a recommendation. I have 4 grants that you could apply for as a woman entrepreneur that I've heard are fantastic. The Amber Grant for Women is one of them. FedEx Small Business Grants, the Girl Boss, that's all one word, Girl Boss Foundation, and Enrich Her Grants. So you could try Googling any of those and see if they could be a match for you and your business. Like I said, I personally never used grants before, but everything from business loans, like I said, credit cards, borrowing money personally, to grants are all different ways that they're more traditional, that you could get some funds into your business. So I hope these 3 tips were helpful for you. Looking for funds as you're growing your business is, like I said, perfectly normal. I'd love, like I said, to encourage you to think of them as investments and not so much an expense in your business. And also, it's okay to take calculated risks and to stretch and to grow before you're ready. Every single time I've done this, it has led to success in all 3 of my businesses. So I'm living proof that you can work through, process your fears and your emotions, of course, always, but you can move forward in the direction of your dreams despite any of that fear that you might feel. And actually, if you're feeling fear, it's probably an indication that you're headed in the right direction, that there's some type of success on the other side of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need any more suggestions or you want to chat with me, feel free to leave a comment below or direct message me. We'd love to see you inside Bloom, my women's business coaching community, where we coach women every single week in community, help them overcome their fears, help them grow to their fullest potential, and we would love to help you too. And if you just found value in this video, I'd love it if you give me a like and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in next week's Heart to Heart video. Thanks so much. Aloha.